Well. Good evening, everybody. And how is everybody doing tonight? Listen, I am indeed thankful and grateful that you're here with us again tonight. We are in episode number 4. And these last few episodes to me has been tremendous. And listen, I'm sure that some of you have found these episodes to be uh, informative, and I think you may have found them to be very beneficial to you as well. And I thank you all for taking your time to join us and just your comments, your encouragement, and that you're finding the information that we are presenting to you to be informative and as well as being valuable. And we really do appreciate you for that. Okay. And again, I'm super excited to have you with us here again tonight on Hef Talk. And remember, for the remaining of the month of July, we are going to be coming to you each night, and we'll have a different topic each night, but we'll be coming to you each night, presenting different health information that I believe that is going to be very valuable and that you're going to find to be very informative and transformative. Okay. So I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedules to come in and join us here on Health Talk and just being a part of what we're trying to do, and that is to provide education and information so that we can live a more blessed and healthier life. All right. So, again, thank you so very much for taking your time to join us here on tonight. All right. So, as you know, our conversation, our did you know conversation always come along before we even get started. So, I am ready to get started with our Did You Know? All right. So, are you ready? I'm ready too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Now, did you know, family, before we jump into tonight's episode, here's a truth we cannot afford to ignore. Did you know that nearly half of all African American adults in the United States have high blood pressure? Hmm. Yeah, nearly half of all African American in the United States who are adults have high blood pressure. And what's even more alarming about this, it often develops earlier. So we're getting more younger generations starting to develop high blood pressure. It hits harder. It's more devastating and more critical and deadly. And it goes longer without being treated in our community than in any other racial or ethnic group. That is a alarming thing to think about. It develops sooner, it hits harder, and it goes longer without being treated. So that's why we're here tonight. We want to provide some education, some information, and let's begin to create a change. Let this health talk podcast be a catalyst for change. All right. Okay, let's move on. Now, many of you may or may not have heard, but it is often called a silent killer. And the reason it's called the silent killer is because most of the time there are no symptoms until it's too late. You don't get the headache, you don't get the dizziness, you don't get the blurred vision, none of those things until it's too late. But here is what is so powerful, and that is high blood pressure is preventable in some instances, it's manageable, and for many, listen at that, for many, it is reversible. I think I need to emphasize that little tidbit there again. For many, it is reversible. So if you've been diagnosed with it, hey, there's a good chance you can reverse that. Okay? So tonight, we're tearing down myths and we're shining light on truth and talking about what it really takes to reclaim our health one heartbeat at a time. Welcome to episode number 4, The Truth About High Blood Pressure in the African American Community. And if we give it a title, it is The Silent Killer. What we're not saying about blood pressure is killing us. Welcome to He Cares Health Talk Podcast, where education meets elevation and healing becomes a lifestyle. I am your host, Dr. Ferris Corbett. I am a certified wellness and life coach, and I'm also an advocate for holistic public health. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something that affects far too many in our community and across America. And it's not being talked about enough. I know there's a lot of talk, but it's not being talked about enough. And that is high blood pressure, or also known as hypertension. Now, you may feel fine, you may not have any symptoms, but hypertension is working in the background like a silent thief, stealing our energy, stealing our peace, and far too often, our lives. Yeah, think about that. You may not have no symptoms. That's why it's called a silent killer. You may not get no headaches. You may not get the blurred vision. You may not get the dizziness, but it may be just lurking behind the scene as a silent thief. So, what is hypertension or high blood pressure? It is a chronic condition where the force of blood against the artery wall is too high. Think of it as taking your water hose, taking the water hose and kind of pinching it off, and how the tension gets to backing up because there's a blockage there. So that's think of that as the blood against the artery wall. It's really trying to get through those walls, and then as a result, it causes your blood pressure to begin to elevate. All right. So anything 130 over 80 or above is considered elevated, not just high. It often causes no symptoms until it's too late. So if you begin to have those headaches, if you begin to get that blurred vision, or if you begin to experience uh, these things, then it's probably a chance that that blood pressure has remained elevated for so long to now it's creating some problems behind the scenes. So now we need to pay attention to it. It's called a silent killer because, like I say, by the time the symptoms shows up, Damage may have already been done to your heart, to your kidney, and even to your brain. Mhm. Yeah. So, why is the African American community at a higher risk than any other ethnic group or races? One is because African American are nearly twice as likely to develop high blood pressure as opposed to the white Americans or white adults. As I said in the prelude, it attend have a tendency to develop early. It has a tendency to be more severe and causes more complications such as heart disease, stroke, kidney failure. All these conditions are a result of high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure. All those are things that are the end results of that high blood pressure. Remember, I said among the African American communities that it tends to linger longer before it's even treated because we oftentimes just brush it off. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Huh? You? No, 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 no. You. Do you know what I'm talking about? All right. So, what are some causes? What are some why? What are some causes of high blood pressure or hypertension? One thing is chronic stress and systemic racism. Another thing, and this is again among the African American communities, okay? Another thing is poor access to healthy food or safe place to exercise. Although that is beginning now to improve a whole lot, but it still needs a little work, but it is beginning to improve. Mistrust of the healthcare system. I don't trust these doctors. Hmm. How many times have we said that? Lack of early screening and follow up care. You know, we like to use a lot of home remedy when we suffer from certain things and we start having certain symptoms to come up. We use those good old home remedies and things like that. So lack of early screening and follow up care. Now we may have inherited our grandmother's delicious biscuit recipe, but we often inherit her blood pressure too. But guess what? The cycle can I say that louder? The cycle can be broken. So, how to recognize if you are at risk of developing or may already have high blood pressure? One thing is you got a family history of heart problem or family history of a stroke or family history of high blood pressure. You got a history or family history of diabetes or kidney diseases. If you are obese, if you smoke, if you have a high salt intake, and if you have a sedentary lifestyle, meaning that you don't get up and move a lot, you don't get out and go walking, you just lounge around and lay around all day, all night, no type of activity or anything like that going on. Excuse me. So the next thing is, what can you do about it? I'm glad you asked. I have an answer for you. One of the things you can do is know your numbers and monitor regularly at home. So remember, I said anything 130 over 80 is considered to be high. And hypertension is one of my pet peeves. So I often tell people go like you all, you know, oftentimes we're in Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, and most of them have a device there that you can actually check your blood pressure for free. So a lot of times I encourage and I tell people go to the same place every day around about the same time for approximately about a week and start recording your numbers. And if those numbers are in that 130 over 80 range or even higher, then take those numbers and have that discussion with your primary care provider. And also, in that discussion with your primary care provider, let them know if you have a family history of somebody with high blood pressure. Let them know if you have a history of somebody that has heart disease or kidney disease or have suffered from a stroke. That be valuable information to provide to your provider so he can then begin, or she can begin to build a regimen to kind of keep a closer eye on your blood pressure. Also, reducing your amount of sodium, and salt intake. Ditch the salt shaker, get it off the dining room table, and watch the processed food you get, because a lot of the processed food that we buy, it is high in sodium content. And what happened is sodium and salt helps to retain fluid, and when you retain fluid you start swelling, and as you begin to swell, that put extra force and extra pressure on your heart, which in turn it puts it on your arteries, which in turn causes your blood pressure to go up. All right. Move daily. Get out. Go to walking at least 20 to 30 minutes. You don't have to go running. Just get out and do some brisk walking. It will work wonders for you. And also do some management of weight management. Um, Losing 10 to 20% of your BMI will help reduce your blood pressure. Also, make sure you're managing your stress. You can manage it through things such as yogurt, prayer and meditation, counseling, deep breathing. As a part of He Cares Training and Education Center, we have a wellness coaching. We have a 3 month wellness coaching session. We'll be glad to have that discussion with you. Just reach out to us, okay? Also, follow up with your doctor. Don't just Google and go. You know, Google and AI has become us a lot of our best of friend. But follow up with your doctor. You know, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 6 and 19 that, do you not know that your bodies is the temples of the Holy Spirit? So taking care of your body isn't vanity, it's stewardship. God gave us this body, and it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility to protect what He has entrusted to us. All right, so let's do a recap. High blood pressure is a silent but deadly condition, especially in African American communities. Early prevention, lifestyle changes, and regular monitoring of your blood pressure help save lives. Also, you, I'm speaking directly to you. Hear me tonight, okay? You can change the narrative for yourself and for your family. I'll repeat that one more time. You can change the narrative for yourself and for your family. Family, we have lost too many too soon to something that could have been managed or prevented. Don't wait until it's too late. Know your numbers. I just told you how you can just keep a close eye on them. Take your medication. If you already been diagnosed, take your medication. Honor your body. Honor this body that the Lord has, given unto us to be steward over. And remember, just because it runs in your family doesn't mean it has to run through you. Mhm. All right. So that's our episode for tonight. We hope you found that to be very informative, helpful, and that you can take this information, share it with somebody. I encourage you, if you're watching us on Facebook, share this information. Somebody that you know, somebody in your family can use this information. So share this information. Share, 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 share. Like. If you're watching us on our YouTube Health Talk channel, please make sure you give us that thumbs up and also subscribe to our Health Talk channel. Hit that bell so you can get notification each time that we upload new material. I appreciate you all for taking the time to come on. Even if you're catching the replay, I appreciate you. Don't forget, give us that thumbs up, like, share, all those good things. All right. So make sure you join us tomorrow night between the hours of 8 and 8:30 as we unpack another powerful topic. And our topic tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you tonight. Our topic tomorrow is how trauma affects the body, a holistic look. I am super excited to share that information with you. Tell somebody about these daily health tips that we're providing, this health information that we're sharing with you. Tell somebody, tell them to join us or come to your house and sit down. If they don't have a social media account, sit down and join you. Let's be that change catalyst to improve the health and well being of ourselves, our loved ones, and our entire community. All right, again, tomorrow night between the hours of 8 and 8:30 p.m., we're going to be unpacking another powerful topic, how trauma affects the body, a holistic look. Until then, this is what I want you to do. Until then, stay aware, stay empowered, and stay well. This is your covenant partner. We're walking this wellness and health journey together, and I'm right here with you. We're going to make this journey together. All right? Don't forget, the entire month of July, we will be here every night, the Lord's will, between the hours of 8 and 8:30. All right? This is your covenant partner, Dr. Ferris Corbett, signing off in love and in faith. Until tomorrow night, y'all take care, and we will see you, the Lord's will, and nothing happen on tomorrow night. God bless you, and heaven smile on you is my prayer.